Hey guys, Shelly Press here, and this is my review of One Piece Chapter 844, Luffy versus Sanji, and oh my goodness, all of the feels. A different kind of feels, because last time it was like, what's gonna happen, and now it just happened. So, just overall, bomb chapter. Like, for me, 5 out of 5. I enjoyed it all the way through, and I just thought it was great, and I think, it just reminds me of one of the reasons why I love One Piece, if that's weird to say. But yeah, so one of the things I know I wanted to mention was how last chapter, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is going to be like, you know, Luffy versus Usopp 2.0, but it really wasn't. It was, yeah, like Sanji was fighting and kicking and whatnot, but Luffy didn't do anything. He just stood there and took it and was like, there was one line, and really like, the last five panels just really had me, just because for one, the chapter was just like overall just beautifully drawn, just beautiful, just wonderful. And I'll get more into like the last couple of pages, but there was just one thing he said: the more you kicked me, the harder you kicked me. I wasn't the one feeling that pain. And you just see this beautiful photo of Sanji with his hand over his face, and he still has the cuff on, just crying because he knows it's true, and that's what I love. Like, Luffy knows his crew, right? He knows them, and when he had that fight with Cracker, and Cracker was saying he's gonna say all the stuff to you, and Luffy's like, no, he's not. I know Sanji. That's not the kind of person Sanji is. Sanji isn't gonna say that stuff to me. And then for Sanji to say those things, Luffy's like, you're lying. That's BS. And like, you have this page where it's like Sanji's just been kicking and kicking and kicking Luffy, and Luffy's not doing anything. He's just taking it, and you get like his foot's on fire, and it slams into Luffy's head, and you know, Luffy falls to the ground. And, you know, he's finally fallen to the ground, because the rest of the time he's kind of like, he slid back and he stood up and he's kept it, but you know, he's on the ground. And for one, the German people are shocked, and I'm assuming that when he fought Judge beforehand, he didn't use, because I'm not going to say that, because I don't remember, and I don't want to say something wrong. I just don't remember if when he fought Judge, if he used Diablo. Then again, you know, Sanji's just incredibly strong anyway, so stronger than the German people, just by far. But, they just made a comment about how, like, he does have the Vinsmoke blood running in his veins. And then you have Nami, because the whole time Nami's like, Luffy, let's just go. Let's just leave him. He doesn't want to be a part of this. But, you know, Luffy's captain, he's like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, Luffy's part of, like, or Sanji's part of this crew. We're not leaving without him. And, you know, Nami's like, pardon me, Lord Sanji. And she smacks him clean across the face. And I'm just, come on now. Because I was waiting for her. Because, yeah, she's crying. And she's like, you all need to stop. Sanji, stop. This is it. But, so I was waiting to see if she was going to get involved in the fight, because you know Sanji don't hit women, so is Nami going to try and take him out? I was curious about that when I was reading if that was going to happen, but she just smacked him. Oh, you have Yonji saying she's a fiery type. I'm so into that. Like, if you don't sit down. And, you know, Judge is like, so I guess, like, you know, you've severed your tide, so we can go. So they start rolling. They're about to leave. And like, Luffy gets back up again, and he's like, you're not getting off that easy, Sanji. And it's just like, oh gosh. And then, like, he's like, you know, you're saying all this stuff, but you of all people should know better. Like, you're a terrible liar, okay? And then that's when we get to, you know, the part I mentioned earlier, saying, like, I wasn't the one feeling that pain, you were. And Luffy knows that, like, this isn't, and I think that's something just tremendous about Luffy, is his understanding of what, you know, of the fights that he's in and what motivates them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like this isn't a fight, like, because you just hate me. You think you're beneath me. Like, I fought plenty of people. Like, that's how, you know, Doflamingo was. Like, you all are beneath me, okay? You're beneath. That's the kind of ruler and that royalty kind of head mindset that Doflamingo was. And Luffy's like, you're not that, Sanji. Like, I fought that. I know that. You are not that. And then, you know, Nami's thinking, like, Luffy, you've been hit too many times. I don't think you know what you're saying, but then we're not done yet. Our adventures are awaiting us. Like, you can say you're not a part of us, but that's not true. Like, you're a part of this crew. And then I think what was really, Luffy's going on a hunger strike. That's how serious he is. he's going on a hunger strike. Like, I'm not moving from the spot. I'm not eating anything else until you come here. I will die here. If you don't get here, you're a part of my crew. And as captain, it's like, okay, if you're captain, you're under my protection. So I came to get you back. I'm not leaving here until you come back here. If I die here, then I die here. Okay? That's it. And it's, that resolve, and like these panels, and then too, like the little flashbacks throughout it, like of, you know, Luffy inviting Sanji to join the crew, and you know, him saying, like, talking about all blue. And then you also have this little bit when, you know, Luffy says, there's no way I'm letting the best chef walk away. And then who is this one? I just looked him up because I keep, Niji. Yeah, Niji's the one with, like, the wave hair. Niji kind of laughed, like, kind of like slaps his hand on his back, like, oh, chef. And then there's a quick flashback of stupid Sanji making pig swell in the kitchen again. So it's like they're kind of joking with him, like, oh, you were a chef, you were cooking for pirates, whatever. And this whole time, like, Sanji can't take this. And you get it too, because it's like, Zeph's life is on the line. Like, I owe this man my entire life and everything. Like, I can't go. And then it is too, because it's just like, it says like these because it is this impending and dooming force, like, that is Big Mom, and I can't go against her because I can't let Zep die. And while as strong as you are and how great you are, Luffy, I can't, you know, it's too much. It's just, I'm like overwhelmed as I review this, but it's just so amazing. I'm sorry. I feel like I should be reviewing more stuff from this, but it was just, you know, because it was the whole chapter was a Luffy fight, and it was just really, Luffy saying, I'm not leaving without you, and Sanji feeling like he has no other options, and and of course, like the real heartbreaker, that end page, don't make me wait long, Sanji. Without you, I can't become the Pirate King. Oh gosh. And it really makes you understand that, you know, Luffy understands the importance of his crew, and he's always known that, and just really understanding, like, we have to do this all together. Like, yeah, I have this whole fleet behind me and I have everybody else, but I need you too, because you bring something to the crew that, you know, that is unique, that's special, aside from just being the chef. Like, I know I was watching some of the NS Lobby stuff the other day, and because I was just curious about, you know, when Sanji closed the gates, and because of that, they were able to get away from Mary. So it's just like, you're critically integral in this team. We need you. You can't let go. Like, I can't become Pirate King without you. And you just see, like, Sanji's devastated. He doesn't know, like, because he doesn't see any way out, which is why I am so pumped, and I have been pumped for Whole Cake Island, just because, for one, Sanji's my favorite character. If you haven't realized that yet, he's my favorite character. And just also, like, I feel like before we've had forces where it's kind of like, you know, what's going to happen? How are we going to get through this? But it hasn't been that way in a while, and I haven't really been as excited about One Piece in a while. It's gone good and back, because everybody talks about Dressrosa, and, like, I loved Zoe and stuff, but for Zoe, I was just like, where's Sanji at? Because I want Sanji. But it's just like, you know, you sit here and you wonder, how are they going to get through this, okay? How are they going to get these cuffs off of Sanji? How are they going to save Zeph's life? And I guess, in my head, the way it has to work is you have to defeat Vince Most, and you have to align with Big Mom. But how? How is this going to happen? Those are the questions I just want to know. But, of course, you know, Oda will answer them eventually, and I will wait patiently when the time comes. But just overall, a bomb chapter. I feel like I've been rambling a little bit. But it was just this one fight, and I think it was great, and I just love Luffy, and I love Sanji, and I love Nami, and I'm also curious because I feel like had the rest of the team, had all the Straw Hats come, I wouldn't feel as, like, oh, what's gonna happen? Because when you have the whole team there, it just, in my head, it's like, oh, like, we'll figure this out, but it's half the team, you know what I mean? So it's just like, and you have the other people too, but it's just, like, there's no Zoro, there's no Frankie, there's no Usopp, there's no Robin, so it's just like, I feel like if they were there, I wouldn't be like, what's gonna happen? How are they gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen? You know, something has to happen. But, you know, that's just me. But again, I think it's an amazing chapter. But I also want to say, while we are reading, you know, the unofficial versions, please do, you know, subscribe to Shonen Jump. You can just do it on your phone or your email. It's like $3 a week, a month. Yeah, like $3 a month. So just go ahead and do that, you know. You'll forget it's even on there. It's going to keep coming out anyway. But I do think it's important to actually, you know, support the actual release and everything, even though we do read these, the unofficial ones. But I guess I'm going to stop rambling now. That was my review of One Piece chapter 844. So please like, comment, subscribe. You know, tell me, how do you think this is going to happen? Like, what were your feelings on the chapter? You know, please like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if I already said that, but I'm going to say it again. And, you know, feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ChiliPrez33. And I hope you enjoy. All right, bye.